Yes boys, welcome back to another video. I'm going to be talking about objection here, an objection that every salesperson hates, an objection that you're going to be getting a lot as appointment setters and as closers. I'm going to be talking about how to handle this one specific objection, because I know when I first started appointment setting, I didn't know how to handle this objection. I know a lot of you beginners don't know how to handle this objection either. So, the objection I'm going to be going through is, you're talking to your guy, talking to your lead, you're going through it and they hit you with, how much does it cost though? This is the first couple of messages, how much does it cost? Or you close in, and in the first couple of messages, yes, bro, nice to meet you, but before we get started, how much does it cost? And it puts you in an awkward situation, because in appointment setting, I always teach, don't ignore the person. You need to acknowledge everything they say. Even if you're leading the conversation, which you should be doing as an appointment setter and as a closer, you don't want to ignore them. You want to acknowledge what they're saying, acknowledge every message they're saying or everything they say, and then ask your question. So with this, you can't just skip over it and pretend they didn't say it. That's not going to work, boys. They're going to either air you, or they're going to be like, bro, did my message land? Or like, they're going to say something. They're not just going to be like, oh, that's fine, let me just carry on with this. They're not dickheads. So to handle this objection, it's just like handling any other objection, really. But sometimes with this one, people can get very, very bitter. So what I normally say, if someone asks me how much it is, because in most cases, I don't know how things work with your client, or if you don't have a client, this is how most things work. You don't really want to be throwing around high ticket offers in DMs. If I said to someone it's £2,000 in a DM, bro, that's an instant turn off. They don't have enough information to like determine whether it's worth £2,000 or not. Without that, then £2,000, you've got no context around it, so it just sounds like a ridiculous number. Same with closing. If I'm at the start of a call and they're like, how much is it? I'm like, 2,000. They're going to be like, already from the get-go, they're going to be turned off, because hearing that number without any context would sound ridiculous. But because what these guys should be offering offers a lot of value, once you're going through this call, once you're going through these kind of information that you're giving them, once you send them the VSL, it kind of makes it have a bit more context around the number, but you should never be throwing around that number in the DM. So what I normally say, for me personally, I say, they hit me with, how much is it, bro? How much does your program cost? How much does that? I'll be like, to be honest, bro, we're invite only, so I don't even know if you'd be a good fit to work with you at the moment right now. Or, to be honest, bro, we're invite only, so me giving you the price right now wouldn't even make sense, because I don't even know if I'll be able to help you out in the first place. Something along the lines of that puts you, first of all, it puts you in the position of power, because you're like, I don't even know if you're going to be working for me anyway. So it already puts you in that place where you're kind of the A side in this. And two, it completely deters the question, because you can see that, and then you can be like, oh, but just before that, bro, just to see if we'd be a good fit to work together, can I ask you a couple of questions? Or I can send you this video, and then after you've watched it, we can jump on a call and see if we'd be a good fit to work together. Then it completely gets you back on track with your appointment setting. You don't have to, obviously you're acknowledging what they're saying because you're replying, but you're taking back control of the messaging, and then you're directing it back to where you want. So that's how I normally do it, and then they're like, oh, okay, bro, because put yourself in a consumer's perspective, or customer, or the client's perspective, right? The lead. If I say that, you're gonna be like, oh, if this guy don't even know if he's like, I'm good enough to work with him. I want to prove to him that I'm good enough for him to work with me. I want to prove I'm a good fit for him, because that's why I reached out to him in the first place, or that's why he reached out to me in the first place. And two, who does this guy think he is telling me I'm not good enough? Like, what? I want to know more. That's what spikes you. It might spike your interest. And after this, they might be like, yeah, bro, but I just need to know the price now anyway. Be like, bro, to be honest, like, without any context, it would be ridiculous giving me the price anyway, just because I don't just take on random people. It's an invite only anyway, bro. So it wouldn't make sense. So you need to, like, make them know that it doesn't make sense giving the price without any context, regardless how, obviously you don't want to say it like that. You need to just kind of word it in a way that spikes interest from them. And the same with closing. If someone says that to me on a call at the start, like, yeah, bro, but how much is it? I'll be like, also, I normally go through the prices at the end, just because obviously we are invite only, and just get through this call, ask a couple of more questions, just to see if we'd be a good fit to work together. Or I'll go through that at the end, just so I can show you the rest of what we offer, and just to see if it would be a good fit to work together. I just like kind of try and deter onto a different point. Deter that I need to show them more. I need to give them more value. I need to show them what we're actually doing. I normally go through at the end, bro. I understand you want to know the price now, but that won't make sense because you don't have a clue what we're offering right now. They'll be like, oh, okay, bro, that's fine. And I've never had an objection on a closing call, where they've been like, oh no, but can you tell me it now? Because people are like I said in my last video, I said sometimes you have to say things that you don't want to say in closing. It gets into an awkward situation where you're like, this is an awkward question to ask, but I've got to ask it. You know, how much are you making right now? No one wants to ask that question, but you have to ask it. And once you get that past that point, it's fine. But the people that you're on a call with, they're probably not at that point where they're past that. So they're going to be asking. They're going to be like, okay, bro, that's fine. Because especially because you're the A side in it, they answered the questions for you. They're on your call. It's your terms. You're seeing if they'd be a good fit to work with you. You need to put yourself in the position of power, so they can't dictate the conversation. So you just need to make sure you're getting the conversation back on track to what you want. And closing an appointment setting, it applies to both of these things. So if you found this useful, boys, for the most common objection I get or any of the appointment setters I know get, then feel free to drop a like. I'd like to do a couple more of these videos, bro, because these are videos that I think a lot of people can resonate with. So if you have any objections that you constantly handle, drop them in the comments, and I'll be sure to cover these in the next couple of videos, boys. Subscribe for more.